as God created me. I am as God created me. I am as God created me. I am His Son eternally. I am as God created me. I am His Son eternally. I am as God created me. I am His child eternally. Respond to anyone who seems to irritate you with these words. You are God's Son eternally. You are as God created you. You are God's Son eternally. I am as God created me. I am as God created me. I am His Son eternally. I am as God created me. I am His Son eternally. Well, thank you all so much for joining me today in studying A Course in Miracles. We're reading from the Foundation for Inner Peace version of A Course in Miracles. Here for lesson 94 of our 365 lessons. Lesson 94, I am as God created me. This is for Saturday, April the 4th of 2026. I am as God created me. And I'm Forgiveness Willie, teaching forgiveness from my home place. Thank you so much for coming to join me. Let's see what it has to say in lesson 94. I am as God created me. Today we continue with the one idea which brings complete salvation, the one statement which makes all forms of temptation powerless, the one thought which renders the ego silent and entirely undone. You are as God created you. The sounds of this world are still, the sights of this world disappear, and all the thoughts that this world ever held are wiped away forever by this one idea. Here is salvation accomplished. Here is sanity restored. I am as God created me. True light is strength, and strength is sinlessness. If you remain as God created you, you must be strong, and light must be in you. He who ensured your sinlessness must be the guarantee of strength and light as well. You are as God created you. Darkness cannot obscure the glory of God's Son. You stand in light, strong in the sinlessness in which you were created and in which you will remain throughout eternity. Today we will again devote the first 5 minutes of each waking hour to the attempt to feel the truth in you. Begin these times of searching with these words: I am as God created me. I am His Son eternally. Now try to reach the Son of God in you. This is the self that never sinned, nor made an image to replace reality. This is the self that never left its home in God to walk the world uncertainly. This is the self that knows no fear, nor could conceive of loss or suffering or death. Can't even conceive of loss, suffering, and death. That's the Son. You're in your reality. Nothing is required of you to reach this goal except to lay all idols and self-images aside. Go past the list of attributes, both good and bad, you have ascribed to yourself, and walk in silent expectancy for the truth. God has himself promised that it will be revealed to all who ask for it. You are asking now. You cannot fail because he cannot fail. You do not meet the requirement, if you do not meet the requirement of practicing for the first 5 minutes of every hour, at least remind yourself hourly, I am as God created me. I am his son eternally. Tell yourself frequently today that you are as God created you. And be sure to respond to anyone who seems to irritate you with these words. You are as God created you. You are his son eternally. Remember, what you want to receive, the only way you can get it is to give it. So you want to not look at your brothers and sisters as apart from you, but they're another opportunity for you to go deeper into your own self-exploration, your awareness that you are one with God. So if someone irritates you, tell them, you are as God created you. You are his son eternally. Now you can say that out loud or silently. Most situations might be better just to think of it, think it. And if they're in any kind of good space, they'll pick it up with your thoughts. There's just one of us anyway. You are as God created you. You are his son eternally. Be prepared to say that quickly to anyone who seems to get under your skin. Make every effort to do the hourly exercises today. Each one you do will be a giant stride toward your release and a milestone in learning the thought system which this course sets forth. Okay, wow. Okay, well, let's go take a look. Do I need to emphasize anything? Every hour, take 5 minutes of sitting still and quiet with your eyes closed if possible and say, I am as God created me. I am his son eternally. And if you can't do that, because most employers are going to probably frown on you sitting down for 5 minutes during the workday. I don't think most employers are at a place yet where they can realize that this is good for them too. But working with their belief system about how you should be a good employee, probably don't stop. Just think the idea in your mind and, maybe get a drink of water. And while you're getting a drink of water, you can close your eyes for a moment and say, I am as God created me. His son can suffer nothing. You kind of got the idea? Okay, let's go take a look in our text reading. Roman numeral 2 in chapter 11, God or the ego. The invitation to healing. If sickness, okay, before I read that, let me tell you, if you're reading along with me out of the original edition today, read chapter 10, Roman numeral 7. In the New Testament, read Acts chapter 6. In Iyengar Yoga, do 114 and 115. In that twist, we stayed there an extra day because I've been trying to get it figured out. It's been a little tricky for me. A lot of these are pretty tricky, but I wish I'd been doing them for years. Anyway, never too late to start, is it? Iyengar Yoga 114 and 115, and out of A Course of Love, chapter 31, pick up in verse 20 and go to 31. Okay, let's see. Now let's read the invitation to healing. If sickness is separation, the decision to heal and to be healed is the first step toward recognizing what you truly want. If sickness is separation, have you ever thought about it? That sickness is simply separation from your wholeness, from your reality, from your goodness, from your godness? If sickness is separation, the decision to heal and to be healed is the first step toward recognizing what you truly want. Every attack is a step away from this, and every healing thought brings it closer. The Son of God has both Father and Son. The Son of God has both Father and Son, because he is both Father and Son. To unite having and being is to unite your will with his, for he wills you himself. And you will yourself, and let's back then. To unite having and being is to unite your will with his, for he wills you himself. And you will yourself to him because in your perfect understanding of him, you know there is but one will. Yet when you attack any part of God and his kingdom, your understanding is not perfect, and what you really want is therefore lost to you. That's why today when someone irritates you, you want to tell them your lesson, but change it to where it fits them. You are God's son. You are his son eternally, or you are as God created you. You are his son eternally. Be sure you say that, and the rest of the time, if no one's irritating you, you can say it about yourself. I am God's son. I am his son eternally, or his daughter, or his child, whichever way works for you. Sometimes women, a little bit more personal if you actually say, I am as God created me. I am his daughter eternally. And that's fine. He's okay with that. You don't have to use the exact words, I am his son eternally. A lot of women, that's no big issue, and they're fine with using the word son. They understand the ideas that it's referring to God's one son, all of us. Paragraph 2. Healing thus becomes a lesson in understanding, and the more you practice it, the better teacher and learner you become. If you've denied truth, what better witnesses to its reality could you have than those you have been healed by? Let's read that sentence again. If you have denied truth, what better witness to its reality could you have than those who have been healed by truth? But be sure to count yourself among them, for in your willingness to join them is your healing accomplished. Wow. We want to join with all those that need healed. Do they need healed financially? Well, then join with them. Help them. And that's going to help you. Do they need healed some kind of mental abnormality? They're thinking things that they don't need to be thinking. Of course, all sickness is really a thought sickness, isn't it? The idea of separation. But if it's manifest into a physical ailment, can you be there with them and say, you are God's son. You are as God created you. Okay, well, let's continue. Healing thus becomes a lesson in understanding, and the more you practice it, the better teacher and learner you become. If you have denied truth, what better witnesses to its reality could you have than those who have been healed by it? But be sure to count yourself among them, for in your willingness to join them is your healing accomplished. Every miracle that you accomplish speaks to you of the fatherhood of God. Every healing thought that you accept, either from your brother or in your own mind, teaches you that you are God's son. In every hurtful thought you hold, wherever you perceive it, lies the denial of God's fatherhood and of your sonship. Paragraph 3. And denial is as total as love. You cannot deny part of yourself because the rest will seem to be separate and therefore without meaning. And being without meaning to you, you will not understand it. To deny meaning is to fail to understand. You can heal only yourself, for only God's Son needs healing. You need it because you do not understand yourself, and therefore know not what you do. Having forgotten your will, you do not know what you really want. Paragraph 4. Healing is a sign that you want to make whole, and this willingness opens your ears to the voice of the Holy Spirit, whose message is wholeness. He will enable you to go far beyond the healing you would undertake, For beside you, He will enable you to go far beyond the healing you would undertake. For beside your small willingness to make whole, He will lay His own complete will and make yours whole. Let's read that sentence again. He will enable you, the Holy Spirit, because we're learning to open our ears to the voice of the Holy Spirit, whose message is wholeness. He will enable you to go far beyond the healing you would undertake, for beside your small willingness to make whole, He will lay His own complete will and make yours whole. What can the Son of God not accomplish with the fatherhood of God in Him? And yet the invitation must come from you, for you have surely learned that whom you invite as your guest will abide with you. Paragraph 5. The Holy Spirit cannot speak to an unwelcoming host because he will not be heard. The eternal guest remains, but his voice grows faint in alien company. We want to welcome God in everyone so that we can start hearing the voice for God in us and in them. It comes from everywhere. He needs your protection. That voice, the Holy Spirit's voice, which is really mighty, but we've made it faint because we don't value it. He needs your protection only because your care is a sign that you want Him. Think like Him ever so lightly. Think like Him ever so slightly, and the little spark becomes a blazing light that fills your mind so that He becomes your only guest. Whenever you ask the ego to enter, you lessen His welcome. He will remain, but you have allied yourself against Him. Whatever journey you choose to take, He will go with you, waiting. You can safely trust His patience, for He cannot leave a part of God. Yet you need far more than patience. 6. You will never rest until you know your function and fulfill it, for only in this can your will and your Father's be wholly joined. To have Him is to be like Him, and He has given Himself to you. You who have God must be as God, for His function became yours with His gift. Invite this knowledge back into your mind, and let nothing that obscures it enter. The guest whom God sent you will teach you how to do this, if you but recognize the little spark and are willing to let it grow. And of course, the Holy Spirit is the guest that we want to invite into our minds to heal it. Your willingness need not be perfect, because God's is. Let's read that again. The capitalized guest. The guest whom God sent you will teach you how to do this. Do we need to back up a little further? You who have God must be as God, for His function became yours with His gift. Invite this knowledge back into your mind, and let nothing that obscures it enter. You want the gift of God to be what's knowledgeable or known in your mind. The guest, capital G for guest, the Holy Spirit, the guest whom God sent you will teach you how to do this, if you but recognize the little spark and are willing to let it grow. Your willingness need not be perfect, because His is. If you will merely offer Him a little place, He will lighten it so much that you will gladly let it be increased. And by this increase, you will begin to remember creation. You know, we don't need to do very much. You just need to be willing. Let God do all the heavy lifting with His guest that lives within us, the Holy Spirit. Last paragraph, 7. Would you be hostage to the ego or host to God? You will accept only whom you invite. You are free to determine who shall be your guest and how long he shall remain with you. Yet this is not real freedom, for it still depends on how you see it. The Holy Spirit is there, although He cannot help you without your invitation. And the ego is nothing, whether you invite it in or not. Real freedom depends on welcoming reality. And of your guests, only the Holy Spirit is real. So you can invite the ego to be welcome in your heart, but it isn't real. And it won't last, and the Holy Spirit will quietly, patiently wait until you value His voice, a little spark that'll become a blazing light. Real freedom depends on welcoming reality. And of your guests, only the Holy Spirit is real. Know then, who abides with you merely by recognizing what is already there, and do not be satisfied with imaginary comforters, for the comforter of God is in you. Imaginary comforters, the ego and all the gifts it seems to bring, just to snatch away. Okay, I am as God created me. I am His Son eternally. What's going on around the world today? Let's see, it's Holy Saturday, also known as Easter Eve in the Western Roman Church and the Christian Protestants. Lazarus Saturday in the Eastern Orthodox. So Lazarus Saturday, probably the day that Jesus rose Lazarus from the dead in their tradition. Passover, it's the 4th of the 8th day for the Jews, Passover. Is it King Ming Festival, which is tomb sweeping for many Chinese Buddhists, Confucians, and Taoists. And Krishna, I think there is a similarity between Christ and Krishna. Christ consciousness, Krishna consciousness. Anyway, I said it wrong though. It's Krishna Janmashtami Day, which is Lord Krishna's birth for some Hindus. And then out of holidays and observances, I found Walk Around Things Day, 404 Day, every day is a tag day, Hug a Newsperson Day, International Day of Mind Awareness and Assistance in Mind Action. In mind action, not mind. M-I-N-E, mind. Tell a Lie Day. And it's also Tangible Karma Day. So you tell a lie and you're going to get some tangible karma. Wouldn't recommend telling a lie even if it is a holiday. Let's see. International Carrot Day, the Dacus carota, time to plant carrots. International Pillow Fight Day, sounds like might be kind of fun with your partner, have a little pillow fight. Victims of Violence Holy Day. International Firewalk Day. NATO Day. That's kind of firewalking. Unfortunately, sending bombs. Birding Day. Cordon Bleu Day. Jeep 4x4 Day. Love Our Children Day. Play Outside Day. And World Rat Day. Do you know there's of the genera Rattus, there's approximately 60 species worldwide. And it's also Vitamin C Day, and that brings us to the Josta berry, spelled Josta, and a lot of people probably say Josta berry, but I found that it was actually Josta berry. And it's high in vitamin C. It's also good for the immune system. It's an anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial, cardiovascular health. It's been used for that and for a digestive aid. And I found all that on PubMed Central. And out of Edible Landscaping, where it talks about the Edible Landscaping talks about the Josta berry. And I found that it's a ribes, it's in the genera ribes. It's a three-way cross from the nigra, which is the black currant, a European gooseberry, which is a ribes uva crispa, and a ribes divaricatum, which is a North American coastal gooseberry. So those three crosses make the Yasta berry. It likes a pH a little bit more alkaline than our blueberries. It likes a 6.5, 6 to 7 it says. It probably, and I think I read somewhere it'd do okay in 5.5. So it could be a companion plant for your blueberries, but it'll like a little bit more pH, a little more alkaline. And then it says in the edible landscaping about the Yasta berry. Yeah, I've got to find it. Where'd it go? Well. Yasta berry. Where is the Yasta berry? And here, tell you what, while I'm looking for it, our word in peace today is going to be. Here, I can't do one thing at a time. It's on page 9. I was going to try to do something else. Yasta berry, or Josta. Yasta is a new unique hybrid from Europe, a gooseberry, black currant cross. Okay, gooseberry, black currant cross, which I already told you what it was. Vigorous and healthy. Yasta shows off the best traits of each parent. Fruits later in life than most ribes, 3rd or 4th year. No thorns and no pungent aroma. 1/2-inch fruit, good for freezing, spaced 5 foot apart. Rust resistant with little or no pruning required. The upright bush is pretty with large dark green leaves. Height 4 to 7 feet. And it says here that the 3, 5, and 7 gallon size are usually fruiting in the container. Zones 3 through 8. And we have just, our word is from the Kurdish people in the Zagros and the Taurus Mountains, which are the headwaters of the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, and many others. They live in Iran, Iraq, Turkey, and Syria. And their word for peace, Ashti. Ashti be with you. I am as God created me. I am as God created me. I am His Son eternally. I am as God created me. I am His child eternally. I am as God created me. I am His Son eternally. Respond to anyone who seems to irritate you with these words. You are as God created you. You are God's Son eternally. I am as God created me. I am His Son eternally. I am as God created me. I am as God created me. I am His Son eternally. Tell yourself that every hour of the day, and every chance you get for one of those hourly remembrances, close your eyes and take 5. Until tomorrow, tell yourself, I am as God created me. I am His Son eternally. And as the Kurdish brothers and sisters would say, Ashti. Ashti be with you.